Hello everyone, this is Kiki, and welcome to this week's video. I am redrawing the Moblin that I made in 2020's Linktober, which is this year's Linktober is coming soon. But this was one of my favorites, like top 5 favorites for last year's Linktober. But there were a few things that I wasn't totally happy with and would have liked to adjust, but didn't really totally notice them until I, was doing the inking and stuff, and by that time it's a little hard to fix it. So one was just kind of like the length of like the nose and the head size. Also on the paper, he really didn't have much of a neck, which at first didn't bother me too much, but as I started fixing up the head and stuff, I'm like, he needs a little more of a neck. So I gave him a little more of a neck. Getting his snout to look the way I wanted to took me was a little bit frustrating. Also made his mohawk a little bit bigger and floofier. Gave him a little bit extra floof on his chin there. Gave him a few more markings. I also changed his ear a bit because I didn't really like how it sort of like almost looked like it was fell back rather than like held back, and added some ear floof. I also gave him some earrings because, why not? He's a snazzy Moblin. I also adjusted his armor a little bit because I wasn't a huge fan of how I did his armor at first, but armor's not really something I'm used to doing, so I tried to fix it up a little bit here, make it look a little bit better, more functional. Still not sure about the arm guard thing, but it's better than what it was. But yeah, I had fun with him, and I had fun with the little changes. I don't know if I mentioned this in the original video when I drew him Linktober last year, but the markings were actually, the original markings were meant to cover up scars, and then he just sort of kept adding from there. I didn't add those scars in on the original one, but I did put them in here. They're just, I tried to keep them kind of subtle, but they are there. And, yeah, I like the changes I made. I'm a lot more happy with him now, especially that spearhead, because, you can see the old one sort of popping up there every now and then, and that spearhead was kind of, small. It's a little pathetic, if we're honest. It wasn't a great spearhead, so I made it bigger. I fixed the shape up a little bit. I think I added an extra feather or something. And yeah, overall it was just kind of like little tweaks here and there. I changed the shape of his eye a little bit, I'm pretty sure. I wanted him to look like See, I had a word for it, and now it just went, whew. It's past my bedtime. He's meant to be intelligent. He's not your general, rawr, I'm out to kill things Moblin. I believe I do talk about it in the original video, which I will link, that when I was coming up with him, I sort of had this story going on, and I'm actually planning to put him in my Darkness Descended story, which I need to write in a little bit more. But he's not the general wild, mindless creature that most of the enemies you run into are. He's got a little bit more to him than that, so I didn't want him to just sort of look, dumbed down and crazy. I wanted there to be a danger, but and intelligence. Like, I think in the original I had him sneering a little bit more, and I didn't necessarily want him to be, like, sneering. I wanted it to just be a sort of a, like, who are you, why are you here kind of a thing. And I think I kind of managed to get that off a little bit better. Something else I tried to do, as you're seeing me here, is add some extra line weight in spots, just to try and give it a little more pop, a little more life. And I kept going back and forth on whether or not I liked it. But in the end, I did decide it did really add a bit of a dimension to him, so I did keep it. It is something that I'll probably try to bring into a few other digital artworks in the future. I probably won't do it with everything. Sometimes I get like a natural line weight with how I draw. And then other times I'll probably do this, where I go back through and like purposefully add it in there in specific spots to kind of help, you know, enhance shadows or something. But yeah, colors generally I kept pretty much the same idea. It was hard to kind of color pick off of the traditional page, but I don't think I changed them too much. I think mostly it was his skin color that I changed. I think I made it a little bit less dark. Like, I think if I remember correctly, I made it a little less muddy, I guess would be a good word for it. I made it a little more punchy. But yeah, you can see me adding scars in there. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this, and it was relaxing. I mean, doing redraws typically for me is relaxing. I'd love to, like, you know, just go back and redraw all my old art, but I know that would probably get a little boring to watch, so I try not to do them too often. But I do really enjoy them, and that's why I have so many of them on my channel. But I love to see the difference, even just between, you know, 1 year, or, you know, sometimes I've done ones that are like 10 years away. Away? 10 years old would be better there? Good grief. It's like 2.5 hours past when I should be sleeping. I was attempting to edit another video. Pretty sure this video's cursed at this point, because just, no. But, yeah. I'm happy with this and how it came out, and I hope you like it. And, voice off me is gonna sign out here by saying thank you for watching, and I hope you watch the rest, because view time means a lot to me, and I do appreciate it. And if you like him, let me know down in the comments. And if you think you have an idea about what role he could possibly play in my story, even though you probably don't know much about my story, but give me a guess. Is he a good guy, or is he still a bad guy, or who is he? And maybe you'll join me around on another video, and maybe another video after that, and just continue joining me on my arty journey. So I'll let you watch the rest. I'm gonna finish editing this video and go to bed. Until next time, bye.